Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelby and today I'm doing some beach read book recommendations. Now that it is June and it's summer, it is the perfect time to read some summery beachy reads. I love reading books that are set in summer or remind me of summer. During summertime, it just gets me in that mood. So I have 5 different books / series to talk about. I will link all these down below and I'd love to hear your favorite beachy reads. The first book I have to talk about is Every Breath by Nicholas Sparks. I could not do this video without talking about Nicholas Sparks because his books just scream summer to me and they are the perfect romance to read on the beach. And this is his latest release and I loved this one. It was so sweet. It is about 2 people named Hope and True. And Hope is dating this guy and they've been kind of on and off for years, and she's been watching all her friends get married and have kids, whereas she's kind of been stagnant in her relationship, and he decides not to come with her to go back home to a wedding. And so she's back home in her parents' cottage, I think, by the beach, and her boyfriend is not with her. And the other character, True, he works as a safari guide in an African country in Zimbabwe, and he comes to the States. He's never been before because his birth father tells him that he is dying, and so he goes to stay in his birth father's home on the beach, and it happens to be Hope's next door neighbor. So they meet each other and they have this instant connection, but True is only there for a short time and Hope has a boyfriend, so they have this connection and they're kind of torn apart. And it surrounds this concept of this little mailbox called the Kindred Spirit, which is in this small coastal town. People can put anonymous notes in there and then you can go there and read them. And it is about a note that is left, and it is for one of these people from the other, and it is kind of them reuniting later in life or trying to. And I remember this one being so emotional, so good, and it isn't too long, so it's the perfect beach read. The next one I have to talk about is from one of my favorite chick lit British authors, and it's Lisa Dickinson. This one is called Catch Me If You Cans, and her titles are so punny. I love it. And this one is so beachy. It has a yacht, has people in their sundresses, and some like palm fronds. This is just screams beach to me. And this is about a girl who I believe is a journalist, and she gets invited with her friend to go to the Cannes Film Festival on an island, and she meets a guy and she kind of fibs about who she is, and she kind of has to go along with the lie, her and her friend, and they get each other in some pretty funny situations, and it's a really laugh out loud funny book. It's nothing extremely amazing in regard to its literary talent, but this is just so consumable and a lot of fun. The next one I have to talk about is actually a duology, and it is There's Cake in My Future by Gruen Felder, I think is how you say the author's name. And this is about 3 or 4 women, and one of them is getting married, and at her bridal shower she does this thing where you pull the string of like a cake thing, and it basically tells you your future and what's going to happen. And the bride had set it up so her and her friends would all get a certain pull, but somehow it got changed beforehand, and so they all get the fortune that does not match what is going on with their lives, and it kind of changes the course of their futures. And this one was so funny. I remember I read it a couple of years ago, loved it. And then there's a second one in the series called Keep Calm and Carry a Big Drink. This follows the same characters kind of afterward, also funny, not quite as good as the first book, but I really liked it, and these are the perfect summery beach reads. The next one I have to talk about is actually a 4-part series, and it's by Denise Hunter. The series is called the Chapel Springs Romance Series, and it follows 4 different siblings in a family in a small town called Chapel Springs, and these to me were so beachy. The first one is called Barefoot Summer, and the main character, I believe, learns how to sail from her love interest from what I remember, and it was so cute. And then the second one is called Dancing with Fireflies, which fireflies make me think of summer so much. And this is about one of the sisters who comes home. She is pregnant and she falls for her family friend. So really cute as well. The next one is called The Wishing Season, and this is about 2 characters who are forced to run their businesses in the same home and kind of live on top of each other. The heroine is trying to run a restaurant / B&B, and the hero is trying to run a program for foster kids transitioning into adulthood. And of course, their romance, really cute. And then the next one is Married Till Monday, and this one was probably my least favorite in the series, but it is a second chance romance between the only brother in the family named Ryan and his ex-wife. And basically she forgot to tell her family that they had gotten divorced, and so when she goes home to visit, he comes with her and still pretends to be her husband. So that one's cute. Like I said, probably my least favorite in the series, but the whole series as a whole, really cute, great summary read. They read really quick. The only thing to keep in mind is it is Christian fiction. It's not super preachy or heavy on the Christian aspect, but I want to just let you guys know that. The last one I have to talk about is The Perfect Couple by Hildebrand. A lot of her books are definitely beachy. They all take place, I think, either on Nantucket or in the Hamptons. And this one takes place on Nantucket, and it is about a couple who are set to be married, but on the morning of their wedding, the maid of honor is found dead in the water. And of course that puts a nick in their plans for their wedding. And all this drama from the family starts to be uncovered as the cops look into what happened the day before in the morning of the wedding. And this one has a little bit of a mystery element to it, and I think so far this is my favorite Hildebrand read. And so good. It's a women's fiction with a mystery element, which you know I love. So this one might be my favorite of all the ones I've talked about. It is so good. So I hope you guys found a recommendation that interests you in regard to a beachy read. I love summer reads. Like I said, I would love to hear your recommendations, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.